G in the event with us. Yeah. Okay. So Janet, we are live now. We can start.
All right, great. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for being here today. I hope everyone is doing well. I see Deksha ma'am. Um, how are you doing?
Yeah, good.
All right. I'm really glad you could join us today. Um, yes. So let's just go in. Yeah. I'm Janet Samuel. I'm a consultant psychologist working with the able mind. Today, we're going to talk about something that affects each of us every day. Uh, so, the connection between what we eat and how we feel. So, we're going to look into some mood foods and how it impacts us, how it helps us, and what are its benefits, right? So, yes, I will just go through a couple of things in the process. And if you would like to contribute, if you'd like to share anything, you are most welcome to do so. So, yes. So, this session is all about mood foods, how certain foods can support our mood, memory, and mental well being. To start off with, we're going to look at um, why does food affect mood? Our brains are like engines. They need the right fuel to work well. We all are familiar with this concept of like, how the vehicles have a certain restriction. And when you use the wrong fuel, then it really damages the vehicle in ways. Similarly, how we eat, our eating habits impact our overall well-being. So we will just learn a little more about this. The nutrients in our food help produce brain chemicals like serotonin and dopamine, which affect mood, focus, and sleep. Also, our gut, yes, our stomach and intestines talks directly to the brain because of how closely linked they are. So when we feed our gut well, it can help lift our mood. The gut and brain connection is about like how sometimes you might have wondered if you ever had a gut feeling about something. That is apparently not just a saying. The gut and brain are connected through what we call the gut-brain axis. A healthy gut with good bacteria can help reduce anxiety and improve mood. That's why foods like yogurt, fiber-rich fruits, and vegetables are very important. And of course, the right amount of protein as well. So, the nutrients that boost our mood. So the specific nutrients and how we can regularly include them in our daily diet. One of the important nutrients is omega-3 fats found in fish like salmon, walnuts, and flax seeds. Help reduce depression and inflammation. Vitamin B, especially B12 and folate, found in leafy greens, eggs, and whole grains, support memory, and energy. Magnesium from nuts, seeds, and legumes help with relaxation and sleep. Antioxidants found in berries, spinach, and green tea protect the brain from aging. So we've looked into nutritious foods and important foods that we can like include our diet. Now we look into foods that are better to be limited. Um, so there are some foods that can come under comfort food or something that we all enjoy because having junk food or fast food sometimes can uh, be a way of like coping with stress, difficulty. But at the same time, it can be counterproductive because these foods can actually bring our mood down. Having too much sugar can cause energy crashes and irritability. Highly processed foods often lack the nutrients our brain needs. Caffeine, which is usually the favorite of like most working adults, is it also can cause anxiety and sleep problems when it's consumed in a large quantity. Again, alcohol is again another part where it is consumed into large quantities, then it can definitely impact sleep and mood over time. So we will look into benefits. Um, Now, yeah. First of all, it boosts serotonin production. Foods rich in foods like dairy, oats, nuts help in production of serotonin, a neurotransmitter that stabilizes mood, reduces inflammation. Omega-3 foods um, like walnuts and flax seeds lower inflammation, which is linked to depression and cognitive decline. Stabilizes blood sugar. Whole grains and legumes help blood sugar levels steady and avoid mood swings and fatigue. Supports brain function. Antioxidants from fruits and veggies protect brain cells and improve in memory. Enhances gut health. A healthy gut, a healthy mind. Fermented foods like curd, yogurt, idli, dosa can help regulate mood via the gut-brain connection. Some of the pickles and fermented foods can again really help gut health as well. So, as we have uh, been going through these, benefits of moods, I want you to think about like how your eating habits impact you. And as you are thinking about it, we'll look into a few other topics under it. We will look into maybe practical tips, um, and then I would like our participants to share their own perspectives on it, right? So here are a few simple ways to add mood boosting foods to your day. Starting the day with oatmeal, maybe idlis or dosa, bananas, and a handful of nuts. Adding spinach to soups or scrambled eggs. snacking on yogurt with berries, including fish like salmon or sardines twice a week, staying hydrated with water, herbal teas or coconut water. So these small changes can really make a big difference over time. They are both non-vegetarian and vegetarian options through which we can help maintain our mood. We don't just use food as a fuel to function, we are also using it as a medicine. I think uh, India has a concept of using food as a medicine. So I think we can learn a lot about it, like trying to, use organically farmed, local produce foods, vegetables, whole grains, and trying to include them more in our daily um, diet can really help us. So, as I said, I wanted to hear a few thoughts or like whatever comes to your mind about like if you can think of any. We can shortly look into like Indian foods that are like mood boosting. Uh, but I would like to hear from our participants as well about like their own experience with food, and if you have ever noticed mood your mood being impacted by your food. And yeah, that Daksha ma'am, is there anything that you'd like to add here?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Yes. So these are all like, I'm just going to read out a couple of like, very traditional and, it's always something that we regularly cook at home. And maybe we did not like really know how important and, beneficial these simple foods are, but really they can be very beneficial for us, right? So khichdi is one of it because it has moong dal and it has rice, it has turmeric, and using these ingredients, it comes out as a really nice comfort food. It's rich in protein and calming. Curd rice is another very simple recipe, simple dish that most of us, it's a staple in our Indian household. So, vegetable upma, masoor dal soup, uh, spinach thepla, dry fruit laddus, and turmeric milk. So these are just few things that, I wanted us to like just go through and remember how beneficial these have been and to remember to include them more often in our day-to-day diet. Yes. So once again, I want us to participate and think a little more about like these foods and how it impacts us. So I want to hear about like your own personal comfort food. Uh, and what does it remind you of? Is there a memory attached to it, or is there any reason you particularly enjoy certain foods? I want you to know that this is a
No,
safe space for all of us to share. Please go ahead.
no, it is not like that. But we are used to with our normal food. dal chawal, then chapati and sabji, then chas, uh, like that. So uh, I think so. It is a full meal. So we do not think to go in other this one menu in addition of that. No doubt, fruits and it is the additional one that we are taking. But see, we are light eater, so it is fine with us like that.
Yeah, absolutely. I think like ma'am, like what a few dishes that you mentioned, like dal chawal and the regular staples that already exist itself can be very beneficial for us, right? Um, so yes, as you said, like it has become such a common food, and it is really comforting to have them. Okay, so now we are moving into our other activity, which is mindful eating. For this, I would suggest our participants to please pick out any food item or a drink that is accessible to you. You can even take like a cup of like tea or coffee, buttermilk, whatever's closely, whatever's available to you. Food can even be like a well piece of grape, raisin, something. We are just going to start the activity. It's a mindful exercise. So I want you to take a few minutes. You can let me know once you're ready. It would be great if you could find even a small food item that you can, keep, and we will need it towards the end of the exercise. Is that something we can try? Will
Okay.
that be all right? Great. Um, okay. So we're gonna do a mindfulness exercise now. So to start off, I want you to begin by connecting to your breath and body. Feel your feet on the ground and notice your experience in this moment. With your awareness in this moment, notice any thoughts, sensations, or emotions you are experiencing. Pause for a moment and try to become more aware in this moment. Pay attention to any thoughts that go through your mind, sensations, or emotions you are experiencing now. Now tune into the awareness or sensation that you are having in your body. A, a feeling of hunger, thirst, or maybe even a feeling of fullness. Once again, pay attention to any sensations that you have in your body of feeling hungry, thirsty, or maybe even feeling full. If you were going to eat or drink something right now, what is your body hungry for? What is it thirsty for? Just pay close attention and notice with awareness the sensations that give you this information. I want us to take a deep breath. Inhale and exhale. Inhale through your nose and exhale through your mouth. Now bring attention to your
I feel that I am
awareness.
taking a tea.
Yes,
It's a
now,
time of tea, so obviously.
yes. So we are going to pay attention to it. I want you to tune into whatever sensation, that feeling that you're having. Now, bring your attention to the item in your hand. If you could grab that cup of tea in your hand or anything else that you have prepared next to you, I want you to pay attention to that item in your hand. Imagine that you are seeing it for the first time. Observe with curiosity as you pay attention and notice the color, shape, texture, and size. Is there anything else that you notice, sense, or feel? Imagine what it took for this item to get to your hand. The sunshine, water, time, processing, and shipping. You may choose to be aware of gratitude for everyone involved in the cultivation and preparation of this item of food. You may choose to bring in your own gratitude or spiritual blessings. Now, place the item between your fingers and feel the texture, temperature. You may notice smoothness or stickiness. Again, notice if you have any thoughts, sensations, or emotions at this time. Continue to breathe and be fully present in this moment. Take a sip of your drink or take a piece of food and bring it toward your nose and smell it with your full awareness. Notice if you have any memories, sensations, or reactions in your body. Even before you drink or eat it, you may notice that you begin to have a digestive response in your body just by noticing and smelling. With full awareness of your hand moving towards your mouth, place the object, fruit, chocolate, or drink into your mouth without chewing or swallowing it. Just allow it to be in your mouth. Roll it around to different parts of your mouth and tongue. Notice the flavor and texture. Notice the physical sensations within your body, especially your mouth and your gut. Continue to breathe as you explore the sensations of having this item in your mouth. Take just one bite and notice the flavor. Notice the change of texture. Then very slowly start to chew this piece of food and notice the parts of your mouth that are involved in chewing. Notice the sound and movement of chewing. As you continue to notice the sensations and flavor, pause. Pay more attention. Try to be more and more present. It could be a sip of tea. It could be a piece of fruit. It could be a piece of chocolate. Keeping all of this in mind, continue to notice the sensations and flavor. When you are ready, swallow this item and notice the path that it follows from your mouth and throat into your stomach. Notice the sensations and the taste that may linger in your mouth. Connect again to your body and your breath and notice your experience in this moment. Now, I want you to pay more attention to this experience in this moment. Once you're done, next, I invite you to pick up another food item or drink if it is available next to you, even if it is a sip of water, and choose to eat it however you wish, noticing your choice, your experience, how it is similar or different from the first food or drink you had. And then return to paying attention for a moment. Now that we have completed our mindfulness exercise, I would like all of us to share our experience of what it was like during the exercise. Akshay, ma'am, you mentioned how, when you started noticing what your body felt like it needed, um, you said you felt like having tea. So,
Yeah, I was testing, but
hmm,
rather than testing, then I got something different like that. Yeah, I was testing with tea and oh, instead of tea, I can go for coffee like that. Mine was totally fluctuable like that.
yes. So, did it remind you of anything when you were doing this exercise? Uh, we pay so much close attention to our sensations and our feelings. Sometimes it could trigger certain memories. It could, remind us of a moment. Did you personally have any such moment?
So,
I'm sorry, I was not able to hear you. So when you said, your mind was like fluctuating between, as you were having the tea, you were tasting it, your mind still sort of led you to feel like, oh, maybe I should have had coffee. So I see that, like, maybe there was a bit of distraction, or like, you were thinking about what to choose. So was it like in any way, are you someone who usually prefers coffee over tea?
yeah,
All right. So that is totally understandable. this is something that we commonly do. Turns out sometimes our body tends to ask for, like, it's just thirsty. And because sometimes we are like so not in touch with ourselves and our body that we end up thinking that, it is actually hunger. So when our body is asking for water, we end up eating food
Yeah.
or having some junk food.
Yes.
So
Correct.
I think, yes, so I think in that way, doing these kind of mindfulness practices can be really helpful for us to identify what our body actually needs. Is it really hungry? Um, what do we really need? You know? So, for example, like, when maybe you are feeling dehydrated and instead you eat junk food, it's just going to make the situation like more difficult, right? It becomes hard on your body. So using this mindfulness, maybe we can be more uh, in touch with our body and ourselves. So we can actually give our body what it requires in that moment uh, through this process. So that was the reason why we wanted to look into this topic. And I would love to hear anything that you would like to share regarding this topic in your personal words, like whatever is your viewpoint. I'd love to hear about.
No, ma'am, it is not like that. But I think so. We are not able to concentrate as in what we have to do. Uh,
Yes.
yeah, means silently. If somebody
Hmm.
will tell you how to take mind straight up, mind and deep down here like this, but we can't as a normal
Hmm. Hmm.
because if I if you will tell me, yes, I can't concentrate properly for anything because I don't know why that I don't know, but I can't do. Somebody will tell me that you do as an what I'm going to say, uh, deep breath and take like that one silently and think over there. Uh, you stop anything, everything, and just visualize. But for that also, so many things will come in mind, but not
Absolutely.
what we want. What is mind is thinking. For example, if I wanted to go out and do so many activities, but I can't. But that will not come in my mind. Yeah, how to do, not able to concentrate like that. How to concentrate, that is a big issue for me.
Hmm. Yeah, thank you so much for bringing that point. It is absolutely a concern for, I think all of us have experienced that at one or the other time in our life where it's so hard to concentrate. It's so uh, difficult to keep our focus. I think one of the benefits of having this and practicing these mindfulness practices is to over time build a capacity for that for whatever reason. Sometimes maybe you were someone who has had a good capacity to focus and to pay attention, but we all are going through some difficulties. It could be due to stress or it could be due to the challenges, limitations, whatever it could be. I can totally understand where you're coming from, and I think these practices, which are like in the surface level, it doesn't sound so effective, and honestly, it doesn't sometimes instantly, uh, you know, have results. So sometimes it is hard to focus, maybe because the thoughts you're having, maybe you're thinking about a lot of things, which is again something all of us do, right? Because we have so many thoughts. Our thoughts are basically like waves in the ocean. They come and they go, but they're always there. There's always like some kind of motion there. So I think uh, the way we can deal with our thoughts in moments like that is to not suppress them. So when we try to ignore or pretend like they don't impact us or they don't exist, it becomes even more challenging for us. It becomes so stressful to you wonder, why do I even have thoughts like that? Or why do I think about these things when I know the answer, or when I know the other challenges I'm facing, other stresses I'm facing? One of the things that we can do, and this is something that I personally practice, and I also suggest for many of my clients, is that we cannot stop the thoughts, but we can reduce the power that we give to those thoughts. And you can acknowledge it. You can acknowledge that, okay, I'm having this thought. I'm maybe feeling stressed about this particular thing. But at the same time, acknowledge that even though they are there, even though they are going to exist, like the waves in the ocean, they will not still impact me, and I will grow stronger and stronger. This is another reminder that we all need to uh, give ourselves. Thank you, Lalita ma'am, for joining. Yes. So as I was saying, um, to pay attention to what matters more, we give that more power. So when even in our day-to-day life, whatever whatever thought or whatever feelings that requires more energy, more attention, slowly trying to pay more attention to that over the other thoughts that might still exist. And you still have to acknowledge it, that it is there. But think of it like um, unnecessary furniture that you can't simply get rid of. So when maybe we all have that sometimes as well, at home or in our room or like anywhere, you might have get something that you don't need. It could be part of a furniture or whatever. And we enter the room, we live in the house without allowing it to take our complete attention, without it taking the entire space. We know how to, set it aside. We know that it exists, but we still uh, are able to live on even if those unnecessary things are there around us. Similarly, what we, as I said, we can focus more on what is important to us, what you want to focus on, right? I hope there was something that you could, take away from this session. This was a learning experience for all of us, and I'm so happy that you participated, ma'am. And uh, the mindful eating is one such mindful exercise As I said, doing mindfulness exercises over time can really help us, like, manage our feelings, our thoughts better, and help us overall tackle the challenges and stresses. Yes, so that I hope I have answered a bit of like what you wanted to know a little more about. Yeah. Anything else that you would like to tell or share?
How to do the meditations which help us.
Yes. So always the best, one of the best things is to start with breathing. So as I said, like we did do a bit of that during this exercise as well. Breathing into your nose, inhale through your nose and exhale through your mouth. You're gonna do that a couple of times until you are feeling at least slightly better or more at ease. So here I want to remind you, as I said, mindfulness exercises or any technique suggestions, uh, they do not immediately show effect, but they will show effect in some level. And that is something that you might have to acknowledge. Like, for example, like if you're not at all able to be at ease, maybe when you are done with the breathing exercise, you will go to 25% or 30% at ease. And as you are continuing to practice that, you will become more and more at ease in the process, right? So starting with the breathing exercise, and then slowly meditation is to try and focus on something. This is another thing that can really help. Like have a some goal in your mind. Like you want to focus on positive energy of the universe, or if you um, have a particular faith, uh, or want to think of a particular god or goddess, then you can keep uh, them as a spiritual entity in your mind, and you can focus on them, their goodness, what comes out of it, what is your belief system, and where do you want to focus more. You can think about what you want to focus more on. Do you want to focus more on kindness? Do you want to focus more on gratitude? That is being grateful for everything, even a small thing in your life, paying every bit of attention and focusing on particular aspect, goals in mind, keeping something that you can focus on and stay more and more in that topic, focus more on that topic. We have been doing mindfulness practices, and we will be doing more of that in the uh, coming weeks as well. So you can join us once again, and we can do more of those mindfulness and meditation as well. Okay.
Thank you,
So
Janet. Really,
yeah,
it's a wonderful session with you, and you have explained really well. Thank you very much.
yes,
You have
I'm so
cleared my
glad.
mind.
So happy to hear that.
Yeah,
I'm really glad. I look forward to meeting you in our next session, and
sure.
we can try more
Yeah,
of these exercises. Okay. I'll
sure.
see you next time. Please
Yeah,
take care.
sure. Okay, dear. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Bye. Bye.
Bye.